I'm not where I thought I'd be. Single women 30 to 40 years old, and the FOMO. The FOMO. The fear of missing out. It's a very desperate time in a woman's life when she can see all of her friends and other people of her age bracket settling down. And she still has no one. Now, for whatever reasons, she's reached her 30s to 40s, and has never, secured a long-term stable man. For whatever reason. I mean, if we're being fully blunt and honest, she could be a terrible person. She could be terrible. I mean, we have to admit that as well. I mean, she could just really be a bad person. Okay. But if she's not, she could be a lovely woman who's just had, you could say nothing but missed opportunities, bad luck, failed attempts. It's like a woman who's had a failure to launch any real relationship, marriage, or anything long-term with a man. Now, when she's younger, it's, less stressful when she's younger. But however, the 30s to 40s, then to the 50s, it's like, if so many of her friends have a man, how come she doesn't?
For some reason, my For You page has been filled with women in their early 30s who are really just tired of dating and talking about how they don't know if they're ever going to find their person, and they're just feeling unloved and unlovable. It's like Charlotte York, I've been dating since I'm 16. Where is he? And I just wanted to say, as someone who is 36, who's totally off the timeline trajectory that I thought I was going to be on, last year I thought I was going to be a mom, and instead
What, you're going to be a dad? You're going to be a dad? But no, seriously, look. It's an interesting thing to see a lot of women reach this age bracket and feel a sort of emptiness and missing out on something.
Feeling unloved and unlovable.
I hope you're focused and on your square. But the point I always bring up is they do radiate desperation. Now, if men are desperate themselves, obviously, you can grab yourselves a desperate woman who's equally as desperate as you. Now, I'm not saying that to be bad, I'm making a point. But the thing is, it would be very difficult for men the same age to trust the intentions of these women.
Where is he?
We're not saying it's bad, but it's like, it's again the desperation. Does she want it because she really wants a man? She may want this man, may want you as a man, or she just wants a placeholder because her friends have a man and she's jealous of her friends. The FOMO, is it because she wants a man or she's just jealous? Yeah. And in that case, if you're the man she's going to use, to fill that empty space, it's like, what would she see you as? A human being or someone filling a spot? Yeah, I'm just saying.
I'm going through a divorce, and it really took me going through this to become more comfortable than ever in the place that I'm at in my life, which is, again, not at all where I thought I would be. Don't get me wrong, it's been the hardest year of my life. I wouldn't wish divorce on anyone. It sucks, 0 out of 10, don't do it. But the delay in what I thought my life would look like has brought me so much inner peace in a way. It really made me realize that I spent so much of my life white knuckling it and trying to force things to happen, trying to control situations, and I am at peace now because I just know that I'm not in control of any of it.
Interesting. I mean, if you're being honest, you don't have much time left.
Not at all where I thought I would be.
To make drastic decisions. Yeah. I mean, you are 36. If we are being honest, time's running out. So now you've got to settle for the position in life you're in. Now, she's just coming out of a divorce. But imagine a woman who's never even secured a marriage by that age, and or children as well. Yeah, she could be desperate for one or the other, both even. Either way, the point is she's going to need a man for either of those things. A husband or a sperm donor, both. She's still going to need a man, isn't she? Yeah, sometimes there's nothing like a desperate woman, and sometimes there is. It's like, no.
That I'm not in control of any of it.
Open to anything. I am attached to nothing. I am confident in the knowledge that I will get to be a mom someday and that I will meet the person that I'm supposed to be with. But I'm not really looking. I'm not forcing it. I'm just kind of going with the flow. And I understand that that's so much easier said than done. I mean, nothing about this experience has been easy.
I mean, but that's why you see so many women on your timeline in a state of panic,
Where is he?
sadness, and shock that they are not where they want to be or wanted to be by their 30s, mid 30s, going to their 40s. That's why your timeline is filled with that, isn't it? And that's why you also have the understanding. But I'm going to make an interesting point. Similar thing, but about men in a bit. Should be interesting, but yeah.
But if I could impart anything on you, women in your early 30s, women in your mid 30s, without having to go through what I've gone through, it's just relax. Relax and trust that you are lovable, that you are worthy, and that your path might not look the same as all of the people around you, but it doesn't make you any less special.
And again, a common point a lot of women make, just because you don't have a man or a husband, it doesn't mean you're unworthy.
You are worthy.
It doesn't mean you're not worthy of a man, basically. Someone who would love you, who can love you, and would be there for you. Interesting, isn't it? A constant reassurance for the middle-aged girly pop.
You are worthy.
But you understand why. We understand why, don't we? In some way, you can understand because a lot of men that have options in the same age bracket, they wouldn't be necessarily dating, a 30, 40-year-old woman, would they? A little younger, mid-20s woman. Yeah. But that's also why a lot of women at this age, their FOMO isn't just seeing their friends securing a man. It's the fact of knowing that they had a better chance when they were younger, and now time's slowly running out, isn't it?
You are worthy.
In some cases, it's not even there anymore.
And beautiful and worthy of love. And something that I take solace in is, I look at how quickly my life changed.
Oh.
This time last year, I was in a totally different situation. And it changed like that. Now I'm in a new apartment. I'm in a new phase of life. I'm starting a new business. Like, my life has done a complete 180 since last year. And I really take a lot of comfort in the fact that if my life could change so fast for what felt like the worst, that means it can change just as quickly for the better. One of the benefits of being older and dating and finding love when you are older is how quickly that process can happen. Older, wiser, we want the same things. You want to start a family, boom, boom, boom. It just happens. I've seen it. Anyways, it was a lesson that I really had to learn the hard way. And so if I can help anyone from not having to learn it the hard way, that's always my goal. And
yeah, everything she said is lovely. Lovely woman making her points. 36-year-old divorced woman, reassuring her other middle-aged girly pops that it's okay. Things can change in an instant. A year can be a long or short amount of time depending on what happens. Indeed, yeah, of course. But the thing about desperate women is, it would make men unsure of them, because in a way, she would seem unsure of herself. Again, does she want the man, or she's just comparing her life to her friends? It's her feeling of lack, her FOMO, and all she needs is a good sucker to fill that spot. Interesting.
Yeah, like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen when it's supposed to. Life is all gonna work out exactly how it's supposed to, and worrying about it doesn't make it any easier. So take care of yourself, do things that make you happy, and the right person will come along. I guarantee it.
I mean, you can't really guarantee, can you? Can you? Can you even guarantee it for yourself? Again, lovely woman making points, inspiring her girly pops. But is it just air? Is it just padding? Is it just insulation for a cold and empty house?
You are worthy.
Want more life advice from someone who has gotten older and wiser from starting over in my mid-30s? Be sure to follow.
Like, I hate to generalize, but I'm just going to warn other people so that at least they're aware. But be very aware of 30 to 40-year-old men when it comes to dating, because they are at a point now where all their boys are starting to get into like serious relationships. They're starting to get married, and they will get to a point where they're like, oh shit, like, I need to do the same.
Interesting. This is a reversal of obviously the topic, obviously. What about men?
30 to 40-year-old men.
What about men 30 to 40 who become desperate themselves? Yeah? Or they see their boys settling down. Yeah, let's be a bit balanced. However, there's another interesting point I'm going to make later on to explain certain differences. Because again, yeah, a lot of men have panic at the age bracket. And again, it's not their own. It's a FOMO. they see their boys are, look, I'm tired of being a man whore. I've got myself a wife now. And it's like, all right, bro, I didn't know we were doing this, but have I got to do it now? A sort of FOMO in seeing your friends becoming husbands, Yeah, interesting. Comment if as a man, you've seen one of your man whore friends get married and it freaked you out and he actually became a husband. Comment that. You knew this dude was a serious man whore, like the man whorest of man whores, and then he became a regular husband. Like he wears cargo shorts and drives an SUV. He wears polo shirts of various colors. He's like a dad and husband. It's like, whoa, bro. It's like, what happened? Yeah, comment if you've seen that, because obviously as a man, you got friends. You'd have seen one of your friends become that dude. You've probably become that dude. You probably are that dude now. In your cargo shorts and slippers, mortgage, bills. Yeah, it's normal, isn't it?
30 to 40-year-old man.
But that's the point. In this world of all this madness in modern dating and everything, and men seeing other men still getting married, what must men think? Like, comment that. What must you think as a man if you're a single bachelor of a man and you see your friends getting married? Are you bothered by it, or you just think to yourself, bro, that's good for you? What's good for the goose isn't necessarily good for the gander. It's good for you, bro. It's not for me. Yeah? Because yes, a lot of men are desperate. A lot of men are panicked, indeed. But in a way, let's be honest, a lot of women benefit off a desperate man, doesn't she? Yeah.
Where they're like, oh shit, like I need to do the same. They need to start finding somebody who's going to fit into their life, not necessarily because they want partnership, not necessarily because they want, to actually be in a relationship because they probably enjoyed that single life, but because they're now thinking, I need validation from my male friends. I don't want to be the one left out, the only one unmarried.
I mean, that sounds like, yeah, a man's doing it, but it sounds like the same thing a woman would do. I'm just saying, interesting.
And it's usually at the 35 to 40 mark when they start panicking about that. And they're just looking for somebody, they don't care who it is, really. They're just looking for somebody who will fit into their life perfectly. They don't want somebody who has their own opinions. They don't want somebody who has their own convictions. They want an easy life. I know this because this happened to me back when I was dating when I was like 25. This guy talking about how he, he's got a house, he's got the car, he's...
A woman, she doesn't even understand. She's making the point herself.
Back when I was dating when I was like 25.
Yeah, she was seeing that perspective from a 25-year-old.
25.
He wasn't saying that to other 35-year-old women. Yeah, it's all going to make sense, trust me.
Back when I was dating when I was like 25, this guy talking about how he, he's got a house, he's got the car, he's got a dog, he's got everything. He's just noticed that he literally said, oh, his mates are all married. Yeah. And immediately I was like, oh, so you're looking for somebody to fit into your life. And I know that he was doing this because he didn't really know me very well, but he was talking about how confident I was and how self-assured I was. I'm like, bitch, you don't know me. We've been on 3 dates. You do not know me. How could you possibly say those things about me? And that's a big red flag for me. When somebody starts saying things that I know that they could not possibly know, but I know that they're just paying lip service because they...
Okay, look. Yeah, he was probably looking for a placeholder. He probably saw you as a placeholder woman, let's be honest. He probably did.
Oh.
However, the difference... He said that to you at 25 when he was 35. Did you think to yourself, why didn't he say this to a woman at 35, 36 herself?
Oh.
Okay, so this is the point. Yes, of course, men do it as well. But look at the difference in the dynamic of this. Because yeah, he was being desperate. Of course he was being desperate. However, he said that to you when you were 25. Still a young, fertile woman that could, produce some kids. Obviously, he wanted kids. He told you he had everything secured in his life. He was making money, had the house and car and everything. Yeah. However, I'm not saying it was good, but notice the differences.
Oh.
Now, I'm not saying that he couldn't have obviously gotten a 35-year-old woman as well, of course, easily. But in terms of growth in time, come on. Big key difference. But go on, carry on.
They know that women like to hear, or they know that people like to hear it. They know that it's like, oh, somebody thinks that about me. It's almost like a test from them to see whether you'll take the bait. Because they don't actually know that about you. They're just saying it because they know that it will, or they think that it will work. Instead of actually healing, instead of actually being a good person, instead of actually attracting somebody that they actually love and that they want to build a partnership with, they're looking for somebody who will not challenge them and who will be like amenable to them.
Okay, but if we're saying the same thing, aren't women at the same age doing the same thing? So are we saying that both men and women at the same age are doing the exact same thing, but with different, expected outcomes, if you will? So the fear of missing out for both men and women, it's the same but different. The focus is different. Because if we're being honest, yeah, of course people reaching middle age are going to be more panicked. Especially now, that's a millennial age bracket. That's millennials. Yeah? Because a lot of men in that age bracket may want to try to date younger. And a lot of women in the same age bracket may have to date older. And obviously they can have their fun younger as well. But for something serious, it's probably going to be an older man, isn't it? Yeah. Similarities but differences. But carry on.
It's always that age group. I don't know what it is. They have a fucking panic and they're like, I need a partner. I need a wife. This bitch will do. Be wise. Oh my God. These men are not slick. This bitch will do.
Oh, wow. That was very blunt. You didn't just say it like that, did you?
This bitch will do.
Wow. Damn. To reach a point in your life as a man where you may think and even say out loud, any bitch will do.
This bitch will do.
Wow. Is that a weird sort of manifestation? Yeah? I don't know. Comment.
This bitch will do.
Hey guys, so obviously crying right now. It's been a while because I'm just going through so much right now. It's almost been 3 months since my relationship of 5 years ended, and I've been through every single grieving stage there is. Just to be back at square one, and that's just sad. I'm in a weird place of like, I understand we will never be together and we're just not meant to be, because I'm smart enough to know that the right person wouldn't do this to me, but just not really healed enough to be with anyone. I definitely jumped on the dating train super fast. There's so many conflicting things that are like, just do it right away, just to get out there. And I went on like maybe 8 days in the past month and a half. Nothing really stuck. And of course, all of them I compared to my ex, and just guys suck. The ones I was kind of into just ghosted me. And it just makes you go back to like, damn, I miss my ex. And
and that's a good point in itself, isn't it?
All of them I compare to my ex. I miss my ex.
That's a good point. The woman who misses her ex. Because let's be honest, by 30 years old, if the woman has had a lot of experiences, she may have one or two or one prime key ex in that pack of past men. Yeah? And like the saying, people looking for a past partner in their present or future partners, pieces of the old person in a new person. So it's a different type of desperation. But I want to use that to make the point of, even if she does find a man who marries her, again, just a placeholder, someone to fill a spot, fill a position.
This bitch will do.
The fear of missing out is not just seeing others around you have it. No, it's not just about that. But it could be that one dude from the past, innit? Yeah, that a lot of women seem to have. A lot of women got some dude from the past that they were banging, but he probably never committed to her. Or he did, but then probably left her or whatever. Many things could have happened.
I miss my ex.
But she just needs a current placeholder, a current man to just fill a position, fill an emptiness in her heart. You will never be that past dude. Like, you'll never be that past dude. However, I mean, you'll do, won't you? You'll do for now, won't you? You can never be Mr. Right. She's lost him forever. But Mr. Right now, you'll do for Mr. Right now, won't you? Yeah, lovely woman, using her obviously as an example. But again, it's something a lot of men have come across, haven't they? A woman who has not gotten over her ex, and in some weird, sad, twisted, almost demonic way, you can say, it's probably exaggerating, but
I miss my ex.
she sort of wants you or expects you to be like him, hopes you sort of like him. And sadly, while you and her are getting busy, she could be still thinking about him. Yeah, just saying.
start even like thinking about the good things about them. But I have to, and anyone has to remind themselves that at the end of the day, when someone leaves for a third time, in my situation, that's not someone that you should be with. So that's like really hard for me, but it's also hard because
Wait. This man left you 3 times.
for a third time,
This bitch will do.
Did I hear that correctly? He left you 3 times. Yeah, okay, you could be the problem, woman. I mean, you could be the problem. That, or you could be just very easy. You could be a pick-me, and he just knows you're never going anywhere.
This bitch will do.
So he could come back anyway. So you're probably crying for nothing. He may come back in 7 months when he's bored with the other chicks he's playing with. Interesting.
this person was my best friend for 5 years.
Oh.
And, ooh, and now they're gone. And yeah, I could also lose my mom at any moment. So it's just hard. So I think I like rushed into dating again because I was so scared of being alone. But it taught me a lot. But now I think I'm going to be really on the road of recovery. I mean, it sucks being 32 and single and seeing all your friends get engaged and not even being close to that. But if there's one piece of advice is, you know, kind of do what's right for you. If I didn't go on those dates, I wouldn't be on this different healing path that I'm going to start and just actually.
But let's be honest, woman, you weren't looking for a man. You were looking for distractions, so you didn't have to think about your ex.
My best friend for 5 years.
Come on, let's be honest. And the sad reality is, a lot of men need to think and question, is this woman talking to you because she wants to talk to you, or because you're distracting her from a man she really wants, but he may not want her? It's a sad reality for a lot of men. It's like, yeah, bro, you're probably just you're just a distraction. She's bored, and she doesn't want to spend her entire day, week, rest of her life thinking about him.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Being alone, which is going to be the hardest thing ever for me. And learning to be happy by myself with no one. It just sucks because I am a person that likes companionship, but I just pray to God every day the right person comes when I need it the most or when I am ready. I guess my biggest fear is send him alone. But that's just me being vulnerable. That's where I'm at in my healing journey. Thought I'd update you guys. So yeah.
Interesting. There you go. And again, women being vulnerable. Yeah, crying on the internet is obviously it's a thing a lot of people wouldn't want to do. But it's always how women feel that other women would think of them. And it's like, wait a second, but women are more emotionally intelligent. They should understand this. You know? Women shouldn't be afraid to be vulnerable with other women, should they? Who set that standard? I'm just saying.
How do you navigate seeing less of your friends once they get into relationships?
Well, when I was a single friend and my friends got into relationships, I told them every single day that their boyfriends were ruining my life.
Wow.
I was like, I cannot believe you guys have boyfriends that are ruining my life. I'm like, this is horrible. I hate this so much. And I was like joking, but also like we all knew I was like so serious.
Yeah.
So like I did not handle it very well.
Yeah, we can see and hear you didn't handle it very well.
I hate this so much.
And I like this one. This is very, very honest. I mean, she's making the points a lot of women wouldn't obviously make because it sounds bitter, doesn't it? Sounds very jealous and envious. Oh, why should you be happy? And I'm just here still alone. All of you are running off with your man. And all I can do is run off with my thoughts and my dreams and my feelings.
I hate this so much.
You know? Damn. But at least she's being honest. Claiming that she's joking. Oh, I'm just joking. I don't really hate your boyfriends. But really she does. Doesn't she? But is she envious of the fact that they've got a man? Or because her friends could be, more content than she is? Or they seem more content than she does? Yeah? But the point is, here we can see elements of the bitterness coming through. To reach 30 and you see your friends have it, but you don't. And if as a woman you don't secure it yourself, the bitterness may continue, won't it? Can't it? And you may look at all these younger girly pops and think, I hate you younger dusty broads. You're taking all the middle-aged men. Well, all the ones that are dating anyway. However, it's good to see honesty. It's good to hear it as well. Even though she claims she's joking, but come on. A good joke has to have an element of truth in it, doesn't it? It makes sense.
But at the same time, I was like, okay, yes, they were ruining my life, but I was like happy for my friends. I think you have to like give your friends a little grace period because whenever anyone is in a new relationship, you're going to have that like honeymoon phase. Like I think everyone deserves like a 3-month grace period where they can kind of be in like Lulu La La Land because
you're hoping to break up. What you're hoping to break up. So now she's back on the street with you. Yeah. Interesting. Do you ever wonder how many women question if they're single at their age because of their friends? Because of their friends' hate and bitterness. Look, a lot of women love manifestation. A lot of people in general, but a lot of women love manifestation, don't they? Imagine how many women have had bitter girly pop friends who have manifested their friend to be single so she would not lose her. Yeah? Is that far-fetched? All these modern witches nowadays, is that far-fetched? How many women are really single because of their friends? Be it physically, mentally, or magically.
Their boyfriends were ruining my life.
Interesting.
if you got into a relationship too, you would do the same thing.
If you haven't been picked, Whatever you're doing is wrong. Like,
Okay, queen of the modern. We get the point. We get the point. You know, I don't even dislike this woman. I've said it before. I don't dislike her because I understand why she exists and why she's so palpable to the modern woman. Yeah, I find her very annoying, though. Obviously, I find her annoying. However, a lot of what she says does make sense, doesn't it? Because I mean, there's no possible way. I mean, she's gonna say that a woman who's reached 35, mid-30s, has failed in some way, can she? Is she?
if you're over 35 and you haven't been picked, whatever you're doing is all wrong. So I suggest considering new options, new types of people to date, and new ways of doing things, okay? Because you're not going to get the 45-year-old if you're 35, okay? They're looking for the 25-year-old now, okay? So just...
Exactly. Isn't that what the woman previously, earlier on in the video, experienced with that 35-year-old man?
This bitch will do.
Yeah, exactly. You can look at things in a different way, but it's interesting how you come to the same destination, don't you? The same conclusion.
Understand this. You've waited too long. That's why I'm telling these young girls, get on it. Get on it now. The faster you get on it, the better you can do. Now you can still do it at 34, yes. But you're gonna get more if you're younger. That's why I'm saying get on it young. If you're 34, you need to go for somebody in...
So what, is the queen of the modern woman a misogynist?
You're gonna get more if you're younger.
I mean, for everything she just said. Yeah? She sounds like a podcast bro. She sounds like a man with a microphone. Except she's just a woman with a microphone. But the point she just said is like, yeah, even if it's not agreeable with everyone, it's like, it's, yeah.
You're gonna get more if you're younger.
Is it really the words? It's never really the product, is it? It's more the packaging? Okay.
But you're gonna get more if you're younger. That's why I'm saying get on it young. If you're 34, you need to go for somebody in their 60s. Okay? Don't be trying to get no 37-year-old or 42-year-old. It's not gonna work. All right.
So even she's explaining to women that, yeah, once you're reaching your 30s and 40s, men in your own age bracket, if they're dating and out there, they have options. And yeah, some of them are desperate, but they're going to be desperate for a younger woman because they see a future with a younger woman.
You're gonna get more if you're younger.
This bitch will do.
These are the most annoying things that people tell me as a single 30-year-old.
Starting off strong, learn to be content in your singleness. This is a common Christian phrase. Newsflash, I'm not content! It's not enjoyable. Wow. I'm a yapper. I want somebody to come home and yap to. My mom is starting to ignore my calls. I need somebody at home who's contractually obligated to listen to me yap.
Yeah, exactly. Men know this. I made a point recently that men are not appreciated for this, for the ability to be able to absorb a woman's yapping, her waffling.
I'm not content!
In some way, a sort of nagging, but she's just telling you about her day, basically. But yeah, a lot of men are not appreciated for simple things like that. Like, yeah, go on, woman. Tell me about your day. Tell me about that crazy bitch at work you can't stand. And how, you know, she's not good at her job and she's a bit of a garden tool at work. She's banging someone at work. Go on. Tell me the gossip about the people at work. Yeah, something simple. It's annoying for a lot of men, but a lot of men tolerate it for their woman, don't they? Don't they? Because it's something men do, but it's something men aren't appreciated for. But as we can see, small little things a woman lacks in her life.
I'm not content!
I mean, she's got her girly pops, but I mean, come on. Even they'd get annoyed with her waffling.
The other one love will come when you least expect it. Cheryl, I have pretty much lost all hope. I no longer expect it. What I expect is to die alone. I have had this expectation for the last 2 years. And I'm starting to think that you're wrong about this one. This one's for my married friends of like, oh, don't rush into marriage. Don't rush into a relationship. Enjoy all of it. I miss my peace. I'm sorry that you're miserable. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you hate the person you married. That's not my journey. Because who I marry, I plan on really liking them forever.
Oh, optimism. Lovely optimism. And yes, even in a world of feminism, dissenter men, 4B, women in communes, when women see their friends booed up, husband up, and it's just still them there in their big, nice places, because obviously, you know, independent women, they don't need a man. So it's like, yeah, big, nice places. It's warm. It's got heating. However, there's still a coldness, isn't there?
You're young. You're so young. You have all the time in the world. No, I don't. I'm 30. I'm so young.
Okay, I date somebody. When do you expect me to marry them? I start dating somebody today, we get married a year from now. And then what? We want to be married in our marital bliss for like 2 years. Then we want to try to have a baby. I'm already in my mid-30s by the time we start talking about having babies. If I'll get married exactly 1 year from today and then wait 2 years to enjoy my marital bliss with my husband.
Wow, I mean, this woman, I mean, she's being very honest. I mean, yeah, okay.
I'm not content.
I mean, yeah, very true. Indeed, carry on.
I'm not saying I'm old, but I'm not young. 30's not young. And I would really appreciate it if y'all stop trying to gaslight me into thinking that it is. And then this is for all my single male friends. Oh, Holly, you'll find someone. You're so this, you're so that. If I'm so that, Todd, if I'm so this, why don't you want me?
I'm actually not that mad about that. Like, if you're my friend and you're saying this, you don't need to ask me out. Unless you know who you are, unless.
Nobody wants to die alone. But the thing is, when people become desperate, they do desperate things. And in doing desperate things, they may not care about the outcome of you. Anything will do. The world is yours. Have a nice day.
Not at all where I thought it would be. I missed my ex. I'm not content.